everyone, welcome to Moonflower Tarot. Before I begin, I just want to remind you that I now have an Etsy page where you can get personal email readings from me, and the link to that Etsy page is in the description box below. So without further ado, let's start. So the purpose of this video or tarot reading is to figure out what are some messages from your ex. So the one that got away, whether they're male or female, this is a gender neutral reading. So yeah, just think about your ex before we start, and hopefully we can channel some messages from them towards you. Just a warning that this may not resonate with everyone, and I also want to preface this tarot reading with a trigger warning. There may be some things that I'm going to say that may trigger you, they may or may not. But that's just a precaution that I'm taking. I'm just letting you know that yes, once again, it's not going to resonate with everyone, but take what resonates and leave what doesn't. So yeah. And also, before I begin, I want to remind you that I now have an Etsy page where you can get personal email readings from me. So yeah, just one last reminder before we start. So here we have 3 piles here, 1, 2, 3. And each one has a picture, an illustration of something. I wanted to cover up the words so that you can really just look at the image and then choose, whatever one that resonates with you right off the bat. And also you can also look at the colors if this resonates with you in some way as well. But don't think about it too much. Just go with the first one that resonated with you from the beginning. I'm going to count down from 10 so you could choose between the three images right now. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Okay, so without further ado, I'm going to go straight ahead into this group for the frog or the toad. So yeah, let's start. So what do we have for the frog group? So what messages do we have from their ex? Let's see. So what messages do we have from their ex-lover? Let's see. So here we have the King of Pentacles. I'm going to lay them all out and then I will put all the pieces together. So we have King of Pentacles, the Queen of Pentacles. We have the King of Swords, we have the Page of Wands, we have the 5 of Pentacles, and then we have the Knight of Wands. So I'm just going to sort of zoom in here to see what we may have for group 1. Okay, so I'm seeing here I'm seeing here that this person sees you as kind of a muse. It's like when you were together, whenever that was in the past, it's almost as if it's like they were bestowed with some kind of inspiration when they were with you. It's like you have this sort of energy of abundance and prosperity, some kind of something. You have like this it factor that sort of inspires people, but especially this particular person, it's like you inspire them. I think they're maybe a creative type, like possibly an artist or a painter, somebody who likes photography, or some person that's creative. And I think they do a lot of things. Maybe they have skills with their hands, like they're good at making or building or something, like even baking bread, like something to do with their hands, like sculpting, that kind of thing. And you are their muse, clearly. And you have, once again, I'm getting some Venusian energy from this. I'm getting some strong Taurus or Libra placements, but mostly Earth. So Taurus, Virgo, Capricorn, or Libra in your astrological placements. This breakup was definitely not easy. It's like you had this really strong bond, and I think maybe you're both quite creative. You're both quite, you're very attached to each other, maybe almost like codependency, like you're so attached. It's like there's just this bond that drove the inspiration. It drove and fed the creativity that both of you guys had innately. I'm seeing here. I'm seeing that this person misses the inspiration that you sparked in them. It's like they're still holding like a candle, a flame, or something in their heart for you, especially in terms of how you used to inspire them, used to. It's like you used to just being in your presence. It's like it would feed this person's creativity. It would spark this sort of passion, this flame in them. Either I'm getting like your movements, the fluidity of your movements, even like I'm getting this image of like your silhouette, your voice, the way you smell, things like that. It would just inspire this person, like this inner creativity. And I think this person is the type of person to fuel their creativity or creative passions or whatever they're passionate about. This is the type of person that needs a muse in their life to really optimize their abilities. When you guys broke up or isolated from each other, somehow getting a sense that you were hit pretty deeply. You both were, especially you. I'm getting this image of this card from, obviously, like if you look at it, being left out in the cold, almost like you were surrounded by this warm blanket, like a cocoon of sort of almost like a codependency with this person, so deeply intertwined. And then suddenly it's like when you guys broke up or isolated from each other, or there was distance, it's like you just felt this harsh, it's like cold water being splashed on you, but just all over. It's like enveloping, like ice cold, like being left out in the cold, that kind of energy. This person is doing a lot to try to get their mind off of you. They've been trying to explore, distract themselves with new things, new hobbies, new endeavors, maybe even traveling before this COVID situation. But it could even be just like looking online, traveling through even just the computer screen. Just they are looking for inspiration that they've had a difficult time regaining ever since you guys said goodbye to each other. They're looking for another muse, and they haven't been able to find that muse to take your place. Like there's still this candle, this fire in their heart. You spark inspiration in them, and they haven't been able to find somebody that does that the same way that you did, or in that capacity or to that level. So let's look at one piece of advice, one image concerning your energy. So concerning your energy, I'm getting Queen of Alchemy. You could ignore the gender because this is a gender neutral reading.
January 2017.
However, I am getting that your energy is definitely one of alchemy. So you're the type of person who, this could even be something that creates the ability to be a muse to others, is your ability to like take nothing and turn it into something. Alchemy is all about taking certain components like chemical properties and turning it into something completely different by altering its state. So it's almost like, figuratively speaking, it's like you take water and turn it into wine, or you take you know, just like rocks, turn it into precious stones, like that kind of energy, but figuratively. And this could even be like you alchemize yourself, like you take like a broken, like your broken self, like if you're broken, sad, and then you somehow, it's like you alchemize that and you like change yourself into something more powerful, almost like a phoenix rising from the ashes. It's like you have a really, you may even be going through a big transformation right now, but you have this ability to transform. Wow, that's really, I'm getting this really powerful energy from you, whether you're male or female. You know, you can ignore the gender, but yeah, ultimately an energy of the ability to really practice, yeah, alchemy, self-alchemy. Alchemy, it's like everything you touch turns to gold, figuratively, and you have this ability to once again transform yourself, transform something inside you, and this person misses that ability, that fire, that it's like you have, it's like inside you, you have so much inspiration that's just unlimited, and I think that's really beautiful, powerful energy. Wow. Okay, so let's try to figure out if this person is going to re-enter your life. So I pre-shuffled some playing cards here by Piotnik, and I'm just going to lay out 3 cards and try to figure out, is this person going to re-enter your life? Is this person going to re-enter your life? Okay, so I'm seeing here the Joker, we have the 6 of Swords, and then we have the 9 of coins, or 9 of Pentacles. So, quite frankly, I'm seeing that this person may enter your life in the future, but I'm seeing more like long-term future, almost like this person is not quite confident right now. They're still in the state of, am I even good enough for them? Because they see you as this inspiring muse, like goddess energy. And they're kind of low self-esteem, I'm getting. Like they're doubting themselves. They're kind of like split between themselves. They don't know who they are. They're like confused about who they are, and they might be the reason why you actually broke up, is because it's like they have one foot in and one foot out of not just your previous relationship, but everything that they do in life. That's the energy that I'm getting, and it's confused. This person is in recovery mode right now with the 6 of Swords. They are trying to recover from something, possibly even this relationship, or this dynamic, or the fact that they lost their muse, or even some setback in their life, whether that's financial or something else, something they're recovering from, something that's really big. And I think this may even take years, or maybe a year to multiple years. They want to build, I think, something more for themselves, enhance their career, enhance their craft, because once again, I'm sensing that they do have some creative abilities here, but they really want to get to a place where they can, I think, show you what they've become from a place of pride, before coming back to you, before reaching out to you again. They want to gain their confidence, like they want to master their craft and get to the level of where they want their dreams to take them when it comes to this creative ability. Interesting. Okay. So yeah, it may take some years, but they're definitely recovering from something right now and looking for a way to build themselves up so that they can maybe approach you in the future with confidence. One last piece of advice for you, regardless of anything, here we have absence, zinnia. What is not here is the key. So this person is in recovery mode. They are searching. It's almost like I'm getting this image of somebody searching the world for a replacement that doesn't exist. Like, they know that you are this great muse. You inspired them. You inspired this passion, this fire, this creativity, this inspiration. Almost like you're their lucky charm. But you also have this goddess energy and also this really powerful alchemical power, this gift or skill. But they really sense your absence, but it's almost as if they're not realizing that what is here is not the key. What is not here is the key. It's like they're not realizing that in their search, in their pursuit to recover from whatever they're going through right now, I think the key is you, but they're not seeing this right now because they're in recovery mode. They're feeling very not confident. They are really just preoccupied with building themselves up and getting to a place of self-confidence. And they may not realize till later, much later, or until it's too late. They may not get to a state of confidence to where they can reach out to you again, but maybe they will, maybe they won't while you're still available. But I think you should just really focus on yourself. Obviously, that's probably common knowledge, but yeah, I wouldn't wait around for them. I mean, they may reach out to you way in the future when they're confident enough, but right now I'm really getting the sense that they're not confident. They're just not satisfied with themselves. And I feel like if they're not satisfied with themselves, they can never really be satisfied with anyone. Because, they have to change. No one's going to change anything for them. So yeah, like, comment, subscribe, share if this resonated with you. And I just want to remind you again, group 1, that I now have an Etsy page where you can get personal email readings from me, and the link to that Etsy page is in the description box below. So I hope this resonated with you guys. I'm going to go right ahead and move straight into group 2, the Apple group. And I'm going to move this other pile out of the way. Okay, so for the Apple group, what do we have for the Apple group in terms of, or group 2, in terms of what messages their ex has for them? So let's see, what messages does group 2's ex have for them? Let me actually scoot this over and then try to make more space so then we don't have the other cards from the other reading showing in this shot since it's separate reading. So I'm just going to lay out all the cards and then I'm going to piece it together for you. So here we have the 9 of Wands, Temperance, 9 of Cups, the Devil. We have Knight of Pentacles, and then we have the 10 of Cups. So ultimately, I'm seeing here that this person is still in love with you. I'm seeing a lot of like soft, tender feelings, and a feeling of putting you on a pedestal still. The breakup, I don't see this breakup being necessarily like that dramatic. I kind of see it as being like maybe you grew apart, or it didn't end badly necessarily. Like, even if it did end in a painful way, it's like you don't harbor bad feelings for each other. That's what I'm honestly getting here, is that you still care about each other inside, and this person still thinks about you a lot. I'm sensing, yeah, once again, tender, loving energy from them. It's like they don't have bad feelings towards you. Like, even if they were like mad at you or hurt, because sometimes people will project pain into anger. So when they look angry and mad, or they feel like they are angry or mad at you, inside they're actually feeling pain or disappointment or sadness. But this person, regardless, still thinks about you. They're trying to balance their life out with the Temperance card. But yeah, they definitely still think about you a lot. They saw you as like a dream come true for them. It's like you appeared in their life when they didn't think they could. It's like they were going through maybe a rough patch or just some stress at the time, and then you kind of appeared and you were just like this bright light of like, oh my god, like how, like right when okay, so their energy, their thinking was like, oh my god, like right now I'm going through such hard times, and when I least expect it, I see this like dream person, like everything that they've ever wanted, and somebody that just kind of appeared maybe even before they were ready. So that's kind of the energy that I'm getting, is that maybe they weren't ready, like maybe they're going through a lot of emotions, a lot of confusion, a lot of heavy emotions, and then this beautiful light tender energy appeared, and it's like they didn't have the capacity for that, because their energy, it's like your energy when you met them was really like high vibrational energy. Theirs was on a lower frequency because they're going through a lot at the time, and I think that's maybe the reason why you broke up ultimately, is the imbalance in energies, like high vibration versus low vibration, that kind of thing. But yeah, they still think about you. They're still haunted by something, like the decision, I guess, to break up, or maybe you both mutually broke up with each other or something like that. But they're still haunted. They think they made the wrong decision here. They've been turning to like some unhealthy things to try to get their mind off of this. Possibly eating more. I'm not going to go as far to say drugs, but things like that. Just like addictions, things that they're doing too much of that aren't good for them. This could even be like dating people, other people, that to like fill the empty void, but it's like very empty. It's not like nourishing. With the Devil card, this is like self-fulfillment, but to the point where it's just not healthy, and ultimately it's not nourishing to the core, which is what they're lacking. It's not nourishing them fully, and it's like they're going through the motions and like a vicious cycle to try to get away from this sort of feeling of, I think, like missing you ultimately, and some sadness. But they do still have very tender feelings for you. I'm sensing that you may be a Libra, maybe a water sign. So like you could be, I'm getting like air or water sign in your astrological placement. So you could be Libra, Gemini or Aquarius, or Pisces, Cancer, Scorpio. But I'm really getting some strong air or water placements, air or water in your astrological placements. You're very like soft and intuitive. You're very, it's like when they were in your presence, I'm getting the sense that they were surrounded by like a field of like beautiful flowers, like animals, nature, like spring. I'm getting this like energy of like spring, or like a breath of fresh air after the winter, like that kind of feeling that they remember about you as they're reminiscing. This person, also another thing that they're doing to distract themselves from thinking about this connection or reminiscing about the connection and missing you, is throwing themselves into work with the Knight of Pentacles. They're throwing themselves into multiple checklists and priorities, like setting so many priorities, trying to meet goals and checking things off their list, you know, working to try to get their mind off of this. But ultimately, I'm seeing that they still see you. It's like they can't shake the feeling that you are the one for them, or something about you. It's like something so unique. They can't like find it in anyone else, because I think there was a point in time when they did put you on a pedestal. Maybe that was the reason for the breakup, was something to do with maybe unhealthy expectations or unrealistic expectations. They might have even been sort of controlling a little bit. Like maybe they would get mad if you talked to anyone else who they felt threatened by, or maybe they had some abandonment issues of their own, or some kind of like maybe even jealousy. Like maybe they were jealous because you get a lot of attention from the opposite gender, or whatever gender that you're attracted to. You get a lot of attention from them, and so they felt kind of insecure. But they still see you as ultimately the one that they want to go back to. I'm really getting the strong sense. I mean, we will confirm through another set of cards whether they're coming back or not, but for now I really do see that in their mind, in their heart, they still see you as, it's like they can't shake the feeling that you're the one for them. It's really difficult for them. So let's look at your energy here. So this is a gender neutral reading, so you could ignore the gender of the card. However, this card, Queen of Internal Fulfillment. So yeah, I'm getting some really strong air or water placements in your astrological chart once again. Aquarius, Libra, Gemini, or Pisces, Scorpio, Cancer in your astrological chart. You are the type of person, it's like you have a good time no matter what. Like even if you're faced with hardship, like you are able to somehow make lemonade out of lemons. You're radiant. It's like no matter what life throws at you, I think you somehow always manage to find the good in the world, in life. You find beauty in things, in nature, or in things that I think other people don't quite see the good in. Like you find the good, you find the beauty, and you find enjoyment in just like everyday life. You're very fulfilled inside. It's like you have like see all of these cups. This is representing the fact that you are a very fulfilled person. Like you may have a lot of hobbies, a lot of passions, a lot of skills. You're fulfilled with yourself. It's, you know, like that phrase, you do you. It's like you take that and you bring that to another level where you're just so happy just being you, and I think you're just very content with yourself. You're pretty confident. It's like you know who you are, and you're very emotional, and you're a very intuitive person, but at the same time it's like you have your own thing going on. You have your own life, you have your own passions, your own skills, your own desires, and your own dreams that and you have a good support system. I'm seeing here, like you have some good friends in your life who care about you, that are there to support you. It's like you know who you are, you know what I mean? Like you're very in tune with yourself, and you're fulfilled with or without this person. And I think they know this deep down inside. So let's ask whether this person is coming back or not. These are pre-shuffled playing cards by Piatnik. So let's ask, are they coming back or not into your life? So I see the Queen of Hearts, we have the Ace of Hearts, and then we have the Three of Coins, or the Three of Pentacles. So I'm seeing here that, yes, this person is most likely coming back into your life. They once again still have you set on this pedestal in their mind. It's like they see you as like the one that got away. It's like they still see you as like a dream. Like how could they, like, it's like they still can't quite believe that they ever really dated you or somebody like you. Like, maybe they felt kind of intimidated by that. And also, once again, you were coming from, when you met, you're coming from this place of really high vibrational frequency. They were at a lower frequency, I think, going through a lot in their life. But they still see you, they still kind of put you on a pedestal a bit. But they kind of see you as like unreachable. Like, maybe they think you have a lot of options, you have a lot, they feel like, maybe you don't see them right now because you are sort of like doing your own thing. Once again, self-fulfillment. But it looks like they will come back to you. It's like they already know that they're going to. It's just a matter of when. Like, they know that they are, but it's just a matter of when. Like, when it's like they're thinking in their mind, contemplating in their mind, like, when should I reach out? When should I reach out again? They know that they will. And it also looks like they want to, I think, save up some money or maybe get into a place where they feel more confident, but ultimately to maybe take you on a special date that's a bit more fancy, maybe like a reunion involving something really romantic, like maybe a surprise. Like, maybe they want to wait until they can get in a place where they're not only confident and their heart is, healed, sort of, like they're in a place of a high vibrational frequency like you, and they want to, I think, ultimately kind of save up money to take you out somewhere nice, as like a reunion. Like, they don't want to just meet you like at some random place. Like, I think they want to reach out to you in the future when they can comfortably like take you to a nice place and try to really talk things out, at like a romantic location. Yeah, this is really, I think this is really like tender energy. I'm getting some positive vibes here. So let's look at one last message here for you, regardless of anything. So here we have white carnation devotion. Be true and pure in thought and deed. So yeah, this person is still devoted to you. It's like they see you as like still on this pedestal, like angelic energy or something. Like, wow, with the angel, it really matches. It's like in their mind, they almost feel like they're wandering outside of their home, but they're gonna go back home, obviously, but they just don't know when they're going to do that. It's only a matter of when, basically. So like, comment, subscribe, share if this resonated with you, and I just want to remind you again, group 2, that I now have an Etsy page where you can get personal email readings from me, and the link to that Etsy page is in the description box below. So without further ado, I'm going to move straight into group 3, last but not least, the butterfly group. So what does your ex, what messages do they have for you? What messages does your ex have for you? So I'm going to lay out all the cards, and then we will piece all the information together. Okay, so what information or messages does your ex have for you? And let me just scoot these over so they're not in the shot, since it's a separate reading. So here we have the Hierophant, we have the Queen of Wands, we have the Seven of Pentacles, we have the Six of Cups, the Three of Wands, and then the Ace of Swords. So ultimately, I'm seeing here that you broke up due to some kind of traditional figure in each other's lives. It could be their life or your life, but either like, maybe you're religious, like one or both of you are religious, or you come from like a certain ethnicity or racial group or some kind of group of people that is different from each other. And I think that was ultimately a big cause of the breakup. And they're definitely still thinking about this relationship. They're like reminiscing over it. Oh my gosh, mainly it's like their physical attraction for you. It's like they can't shake that off of their mind. They were extremely physically attracted. I think you guys might have had some very good chemistry when it comes to like physically, sensually. Yeah, and it's like this person can't escape that feeling of missing you, like the passion that they had for you, and also the passion that they sensed from you as well. I think you're both very passionate. I think maybe one or both of you might have some fire in your chart, as indicated by the fire. So Aries, Leo, Sagittarius, in either of your astrological placements. But yeah, it was definitely a difficult relationship. You had a lot of passion, chemistry, but you also, I'm seeing here that you argued quite a bit. There were some harsh words thrown around, harsh words that were said, and ultimately the big push, I think, for the breakup was due to some kind of traditional figure, like whether it was your family or their family, or because your families are different, or your backgrounds are a bit different somehow, maybe different social classes or something like that, but they still think about you, especially like the chemistry, the passion that you guys had. It was like magnetic. It was amazing. And so they're still thinking about that. They sometimes fantasize about reaching out to you again. I think sometimes they might even dream about the times that you had, and especially like your sensuality. I think you're really connected to your sensuality, very feminine, sensual energy. They definitely miss that a lot. So let's look at your energy. So this is gender neutral, so you could ignore the gender. But it says Queen of Self-Discovery. So I think that you're very adventurous. I'm getting some really strong fire energy once again from you, Aries, Leo, Sagittarius placements in your astro chart. But yeah, you're all into adventure, all about adventure. You're entering a phase of self-discovery, and ultimately that's going to be good for you in the long run. The fact that you're discovering yourself and getting closer to you. So let's ask the cards whether this person is going to return or not. So these are pre-shuffled playing cards by Piotnik. So is this person going to return or not in their life? So ultimately I'm seeing that they have a lot on their plate. Even if they did return, I'm not getting a very good energy with the Five of Swords here, and also the King of Swords. The Swords energy ultimately is not necessarily a very good one. There might have been some emotional abuse. I'm not quite sure. There might have been some cold, cutting energy. There's a lot going on emotionally for both of you, I think, though. It's like, once again, there was a lot of passion, but a lot of like arguing, or maybe even some passive aggression here that wasn't all too healthy. So let's look at one last message here. Regardless of anything, peace, be calm, and calm will come. So camellia, the flower. So I'm seeing here that regardless of what happens, I don't really see this person coming back, or even if they did, it might not necessarily be in your best interest, but you know, nothing's written in stone. Nothing's 100%, but I'm seeing here that you should find peace in yourself and good things will come regardless of what happens with this person. So like, comment, subscribe, share if this resonated with you. And I just want to remind you again, group 3, that I now have an Etsy page where you can get personal email readings from me. And the link to that Etsy page is in the description box below. So I hope this was insightful. Bye.